Well, hello, folks. Instead of continuing having us talk with each other about how miserable life is, we're going to do a stream instead. BX Dungeons and Dragons tonight as we're playing through Castle Amber, the old X2 version, with a few things from the new Goodman Games version for DCC, because GM has no time to fill in all the holes in the original module. So here we are. And who else is here? Richard, tell us who you're playing. What level are they?
Hello there, people. I am Richard. And I am playing Fig Jam, the magnificent magic user of a determined level that is a number. It is a number between 1 and 8. It is 7.
It's a good
That is
number.
the number
It's
it
the
is.
best number.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Dion, tell us about your character. Oh,
yes,
and if folks
hello.
out there will please let us know if there's anything wrong with our audio. We had a little snafu the last time, so hopefully that's fixed.
Yes, just let me know if you can hear the sound of my smooth bass tones. I am Dion. I'm playing a C, the level 7 human thief. And I'm not dead yet.
Well,
I'm a time bomb.
there is that. Jameis.
Joel, I'm playing Galen Righthorn, the Cleary Elf Priest who just happens to be level 6 and dragging the party average down.
In more ways than
Better
one.
level up quick, boy.
Bill, who you got?
I am playing Radnor the Large. He is a 7th level magic user. His official title is Sorcerer, and he is level 7, and he is very large.
Feel free to bandy around the title of Sorcerer where you are, by the way. Feel free to let everyone know that. It would be awesome.
Not
it would be awesome.
They don't like that in France. Sorry.
And Jeff will not be able to join us tonight. Instead, we have the Shadow sitting in darkness there. They might do something to help or hinder you. Likely hinder. But there we go. Yeah, there we go. So we are going to
And
do
I think Jeff also said he was away next week as well.
Yes, which next Friday is going to be very close to Thanksgiving, so we'll have to see what happens. Yeah, we'll have to see.
It's only Thanksgiving for you Americans.
And
rest of us
really
will be
not,
here
really
when the
not.
bird
I
is
mean,
here or
you know,
not.
we're being told
Either
that
one, mate.
we can't afford turkey this year, and we should really stay at home. So we'll see how it goes.
At a month's time, this for me will be occurring on Christmas Day.
Yeah,
I can tell
there
you, I will probably be missing that one.
There you go.
Really? Why?
So we're going to retcon what happened at the end of our last adventure just slightly, as Jeff's character was the only one that noticed the pending assassination that was about to happen. So what I'm going to do is that he is going to alert you guys to the pending assassination. And unfortunately, since that did take a little bit of time, it's going to be initiative to find out if you can stop the assassin.
Will you voluntarily fail?
What's that? Yeah, pre-fail. The GM will now spend some bits to make sure you fail. And, yeah.
You're assuming stop and not help.
That's true. You may not stop it. You may not help it. You may just go, oh, no. Is that, what's on that tray? It's possible. I mean, you don't know this guy.
I have declared I do not have my armor or weapons with me.
Right. Yes, because most of you are dressed very fancy for this. So let's get it started. And as per suggestion, because if I said, Richard, roll a d6 for initiative, that would just spell doom in more ways than one. So instead, I'm going to have Richard roll a d4.
What?
Decide who then rolls initiative.
Probably roll better.
Yeah. All right. Well, the D4 tells me that number 4.
It is
I assume
Bill that will be
Bill
rolling
down
for
the
initiative.
list. Yeah.
I will be rolling for initiative?
You will be rolling for initiative.
Okay.
Okay, now this is a full initiative round. You're not surprised.
If you don't roll better than me when I've rolled on a D4 and you're rolling on a D6, there will be words had.
I understand. I'm prepared for that.
We want to roll low, right?
Right.
We have
No, you want
rerolls.
high in this game.
One.
You want high in this game.
Okay,
I
5.
rolled a 5.
You rolled a 5. Is
So
anyone
that was better.
casting? This is a full normal round of initiative for you guys.
I've avoided words for now.
And I will remind you where you are if you say you are casting.
Magic is not great.
Right. Okay, so a 5. Okay, let's see what the GM will do here then. Come on, 6.
Oh, simultaneous.
So he's going to get his daggers thrown, but you will still be able to do something.
I want to move in front of the bishop and take the hit.
Technically, that works. Yes. Okay.
I just move right in front of him. I'm not even laying a hand on him. I'm
Okay.
just getting in front of him. I have no armor on.
Yep. You're diving in front of him. Okay,
I
good.
am.
Yeah.
Yep.
What are the rest of you guys doing?
I'm casting.
You are going to cast? Okay.
I am gonna cast. Yeah. Fuck it. Might as well.
Okay.
What? How close am I?
Oh, let's see. 50 feet.
Okay.
So magic would go ahead and what are you casting?
I'm.
I can come back to you if you want, since it's all happening
Yeah, come back.
simultaneous. All right. Galen, what are you doing?
So we know he's attacking the bishop.
Yep.
I was going to try and tackle the bishop out of the way.
Okay. Good enough.
I am laying hands on him. maybe. Who
You are
knows?
60 feet away. What is your movement?
I don't know. Less.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to make it in the same round.
Not
Yeah.
likely.
Unless you've got a
where's-
bonus to your movement, you don't move that fast.
Not as an elf. I don't even know where movement is.
I
on
mean,
the
my
damn
normal
sheet.
is 120 apparently, and combat is 40. So I
Mhm.
don't know if you can run through them or.
Yeah,
I
there
don't know.
it is. Yeah, I got the normal.
You're going to run?
running,
Okay. Good enough. Fig Jam, what are you doing?
I don't know.
You could do nothing. Just
I
eat,
mean,
just eat the plate of food that's in front
I
of
was
you
gonna
and
say
drink
I
the
might have
really
another
nice wine.
canapé. I was torn between doing that and casting, and
You want someone who's not associated with the party to then try and get us out afterwards after we screw up in the upper jail.
Mhm.
That is true. You know, sort of. I'm going to cast as well. So
Okay. What are you
All right.
casting? Do you know?
I am casting sleep on the bishop so that he just falls over asleep. That is what I want to happen. He's just going to collapse to the ground. Thus,
Okay.
The dagger will miss.
Okay.
I don't know if they're a 4-hit
I'm
die
trying to
creature
remember,
or not.
didn't he bend down to do something with water or something?
I'm
I
sorry.
don't know.
Say that again.
Where was the bishop when the attack happened?
He was having conversations. Well, he was about ready to do the mass, so he's kneeling in front of this big pool.
Yeah, fall asleep into the pool.
Oh, I know. Fall
Yeah,
in and
right.
drown himself. All right, I eat a canapé.
Yeah.
Oh no, actually, the water would probably wake him up.
It's seafood. You're allergic. Anaphylactic shock. Roll for death. No. Radnar, do you come up with the spell you want?
Yeah. Well, one question first. Am I close enough? Am I close enough to cast dyspeptic bowels?
What's the range on it?
On the daggers.
What's the range? So you're 50 feet away.
I'm gonna see if it. I don't know if it has the range.
It
Oh,
won't
thank
stop
you.
him throwing the daggers. It'll just stop him doing
Yep.
anything
Yeah.
afterwards if you succeed.
Yeah.
and stuff.
Fuck it. I'm just gonna cast magic missile.
Okay. All right. Well, go ahead. Roll your damage for magic missile. Who you're casting it at?
The guy throwing the daggers.
Okay. Roll your damage.
Let's see here.
1d6 plus 1 3 times.
Okay. Let me advance dice roller.
Nine points of damage. Okay. Not enough to take him out, but significant amount of damage. Okay, here's how we're going to do this, see. I'm first going to roll to see if he hits. And then you're going to make a dex check to see if he hits the bishop or if he hits you. Okay? If he misses, he just misses both of you.
Okay.
And he's throwing
What about
2
me?
daggers. Each of these have a +2 to the roll. Oh, wow.
Oh, Jesus.
One of them ends up missing, but one of the daggers does hit. So make me a
Alright.
dex check.
I succeed.
You succeed. Low success, but you do succeed. Okay. Alrighty.
Technically, I was also on the right
Just
side
take
trying to
1
tackle him.
point of damage.
Think.
But now make me a save versus poison.
Absolutely.
Oh no, you might die and not be a werewolf.
Fail.
Are you going? Do we have any rerolls left?
I have 1 reroll.
Okay, because it's save or die.
Use it.
Really?
Use it.
All right. I
Yeah,
have
yeah,
a
is it-
backup character
I will
ready.
remind several of us got bonuses to save versus poison from the
Mhm.
eating and the thing. I do
It
not
was
know
a
whether
plus
you
4.
were one of them or not.
I wasn't. I don't think.
Oh,
It was a
dear.
+4 based anyway.
Yeah,
so-
a C
There we
didn't need
go.
any.
Oh yes,
Yep.
but I was going to say it would still help.
Reroll.
All right,
nat
reroll
20.
makes it. Okay. So
Nice.
instead, you drop over paralyzed.
All right.
Okay.
I just kind of
That's
take
better
it in
than
the
death,
gut,
Yep.
and you just see me double over, like in front of the bishop, and just fall over.
Right. Then Galen, what were you doing? You were running to jump
Tackling
to
the bishop.
tackle the bishop. Okay.
Out of the way.
Make me
Prisoners being.
a strength check.
prison.
Actually,
Protect the prisoner.
you have no problems getting there and tackling him, but as you get closer, you figure out just how large and corpulent the bishop actually is.
I'm used to Redno. Come on.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so now he needs to make a strength check.
He does.
He does, but you have a higher success than him, and so you do. It's not as elegant as you would wish. You basically kind of just push him over in place instead of like really move him out of the way, but you do get him down. And as you touch him, he was in the middle of essentially a spell. Make me a save versus magic.
Okay. We don't have any rerolls, so it is what it is. Think. Success.
Okay. When you collide into him, other than also noticing how heavy and dense this guy is, you feel kind of a tingling just over your whole body that passes very quickly. You knock him to the floor, and he looks up you with really wide eyes, not understanding what's going on. But then magic missiles streak from Radnar's hands. If I remember right, your missiles look like what? Flaming skulls?
Screaming skulls.
Okay. Screaming skulls. In which case, there is a large ruckus in the crowd as people point at you and scream, "Necromancer!"
I get these to go.
All right. So you saved the bishop. The kid has taken some damage. His action was to throw those daggers, so that's all he's got. He's not out of the fight yet. So let us just go down, and we had Radnar. We'll go reverse order. Galen, roll a d6 for initiative on your side. Everyone else in the party was surprised, so they got no action last round. Is anyone casting this round? So Radnar, you see a lot of people like pointing fingers at you. You see some of those robed clergy with those staves coming at you, and those staves are now glowing as they're coming towards you. Not the friendly, hey, there's magic present glow, but a red glow, an angry red glow. A red glow that you think means something bad for you.
Okay, I'm casting.
You're casting.
Yes.
Simultaneous. He is, now that his plot is foiled, he is going to dive out of a window.
Didn't know there was a window. He reeks the window and dives at it.
He's going to defenestrate himself, shattering glass as he dives out of a window. So what are your actions? Well, spell, Radnar, what are you casting?
I'm gonna turn myself invisible.
That's a good one. So Radnar pops and just goes invisible. A C, you sit there and drool over yourself as you no longer have control of your nervous functions. Yes. Fig Jam is asking for a to-go container. Is there anything else you want to do?
Yeah, I just need more canapes. I look around and see if there are any more assassins ready to.
That
check out
is a
or-
very good thing to do. I tell you what, why don't you make a wisdom check to see who's standing out in the crowd, who doesn't
because
look
I don't
quite right?
like that. That's why. Failure!
right.
Failure! Best failure ever.
You
My God, the waiter right in front
assassins! Assassins everywhere, Fig Jam!
of me. Yep.
Galen.
Sort of one hand holding the bishop down
Yep.
and bodyguards are looking around wildly. There's attack on the bishop. To arms, to
Yes.
arms.
I mean, what about?
Make me a
does
charisma
anybody
check.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Failing is not bad, but if you do actually
Well,
make
that's
that
what I
well,
do.
okay. The bishop's guards actually surround you and the bishop with their halberds pointed out, so not towards you. They've made like a protective cordon around you.
Mhm.
So that's what they're doing during this whole simultaneous action.
Get my knife and step.
Right. So Fig Jam, was there anything else you want to do, or are you just kind of you're just looking around, kind of melting in the crowd, kind of distancing yourself a little bit? It sounds like.
I'm just trying to find the assassins at this
Right.
point. I don't
Actually, with a 20 as a failure, you're convinced there's a room full of assassins.
Yep.
People are
Good to
reaching
know.
for blades that look suspicious.
My God, the guards are in on it. I shout.
All right. No one did anything to try and stop him, so he is going to jump through the window, although he might kill himself since he did take some magic missiles. So let's find out. D6 for the glass.
All 6. Come on.
3 and
Okay.
3d6 for the fall.
Come on,
Ouch.
buddy.
Nice.
Oh!
Yeah, there is a solid kind of sound of a melon hitting stone, and you hear the splat outside.
Yay!
All right. Radnar,
Ooh,
you
there's
are
melon.
not out of the woods yet, as the people with the magic detecting staff are using it to kind of triangulate where you are. So just imagine you're invisible in the crowd, but they're coming from different angles, and they're kind of slowly boxing you in.
You know what's funny to me is that these clerics were not at all concerned about the fact that the bishop was was a victim of an assassination attempt. It's like, oh no, look at the bad man with the magic.
Oh no, they completely think you're part of the assassination attempt, dude.
Yeah. I'm I don't
You
know.
fly?
When I get the chance, I do not have fly. I'm gonna try and absent myself from here when I get a chance to move.
Okay. Dion, a couple of the lay brothers come down to check on you, and like your eyes are rolling in your head, your tongue is like hanging out of your mouth. You're just kind of, one of them.
If they can do cure light wounds, one of the effects of those is cure paralysis. So.
One of the brothers says a prayer over you, and you're fine. You stop spasming.
I go, there was an assassin. He threw daggers.
Yep, you still have that dagger in your back.
I go,
Oh, that's one.
dagger. Here.
Yeah.
An assassin threw daggers. And I kind of go, my friend tried to stop him.
Make me a charisma check. Again, failing is fine.
Oh, yeah.
Failing is
Oh,
fine.
no. This is where I can shine. Come on, 16 charisma. Let's go.
Okay.
High success.
So they get medics over to remove the blade, which they're kind of keeping to figure out what's going on here. But you get healing as well.
Just make sure it's really still it didn't stab you.
Take 8 points of hit points back, but you only lost 1 unless you were already down.
I had lost a little bit, but I'm at full now.
Okay, there you go. Provide you with healing.
Thank you. My friend, where did he go? He had tried to intercept the assassin.
Right.
I know it might have been a frightening vision to see, but he means well.
Sure. Stick up for the magic user.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a general panic as a lot of the nobles and highborn are being ushered out by their bodyguards.
Mm.
Galen, you're still over the bishop who kind of struggles to set up, but he says, I've got to finish the consecration, no matter what's going on.
I'm talking probably
Yep.
more with the bodyguards.
So he
Get
kind of
them out of here.
crawls over to the font again, and he picks up the spell.
Do I hear him say this?
Yes.
I look to Galen and I go, "Can you help him with it so it goes faster? Like you're kind of, you're a holy man. You're a holy man. You can pray with him, right?"
Galen's like, I've read the literature. That's all. I don't know what he's talking about.
I'm
I've got a
like,
couple of pamphlets here.
My friend eats a lot of wild mushrooms.
I'm gonna stand in between the bishop and everything else in the building.
Okay.
I'm gonna guard the
The
bishop.
guards
with
are
my
starting to
body.
fan out. They're helping usher other of the nobles out. Radnar, because this is also going on, you could easily kind of just, lockstep with another one of the highborn just to follow them out.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna whisper to the bishop, be like, "Hey, I know you're busy doing the prayer thingy, but I'm really glad that I managed to save you, and I really hope that you could maybe do us a favor when you're done with this. It's just some information."
There's a red light goes off in the corner. It flashes. It says quiet prayers going on. No. Radnar, so you're out in the hall. You're being ushered away. Give me just a second, Fig Jam. And give me a wisdom check, Radnar.
All right.
Never make it.
Let's see. I've got a middling wisdom here. See how this goes.
Okay.
Ooh.
All right. So you are being ushered away with, Lord, Lady, and their two snotty children into a safe room, basically a bedroom, and they're posting guards outside. You can split off anytime you want. The three brothers that had the magical detecting staffs are still sweeping the court area, so they're not out here in the hallways where you are.
I'm just gonna hang out in the hallway for now. Like,
Okay.
I'm not gonna follow them into the room because that'd be great. Like I pop back in with family and their kids. Hey, how's it going?
Fig Jam, what were you doing?
Yeah, I was going to go over and join a C, I guess, and sort of stand between the guards and the bishop and tell a C, the guards are in on it too. Don't let them get close.
Okay.
Everyone's an assassin, even us.
Yeah.
When Fig Jam, when you say that, one of the guards just kind of turns to you and gives you this evil look.
Oh my god, the ringleader.
All right. Galen, your character is chaotic, or you're chaotic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yep.
You are, while not familiar with the spell that's being cast, it does have that familiar taste of chaos about it.
I assume it's some form of bliss if he's trying to consecrate something.
So it's something that you're not unfamiliar with, at least not completely. So yeah, he continues on, and as this kind of reflecting pool, as I said, like right above the pool, there's an open, there's a disc open to the air in the ceiling, and you start to have starlight shine down. It illuminates the pool as he's continuing on. You can feel him kind of rushing the words a little bit towards the end, but the spell seems strong, so he's still going at it. The guards are now, several of them have looking through the shattered window, looking down, and so it looks like they're taking care of the body that was below. This goes on just for a couple more minutes. When the bishop finishes, the pool of water just kind of ignites in a blue fire. It just kind of rages up through the ceiling, through that hole, just as a beam of light from a particular star shines down, extinguishing the flames, leaving the pool kind of like a blue nimbus of flame, just now very low around it. He turns back, holds out his hand to you, Galen. One of the heroes of Zymes, I take it, to save my life like that. Much appreciated.
Yes.
I help too.
Oh, yes. Would you mind? And he kind of puts his hand on you, bringing his
I help
bulk
a
up
lot.
off the ground. Oh, yes. Well, it seems that the festivities will probably be a damper this evening. Ah,
Yeah.
a pity. The best of the wines were not yet brought out to the crowd. But allow me an hour to remove my vestments and slip into something a bit more comfortable, and I'll meet you in the lounge. My guards will show you there as well.
Your guards are in on it, sir.
He looks at you. It's like, are you sure? I've often suspected.
Indeed. Trust no one. Or, I don't know, if you have somebody that you really, really trust them.
You can
Change
trust
out
me.
the guards.
I'll have a full review done in the morning. Till then, he looks at you, C, and we'll say Jeff's character's there as well. You, stunted one, and you, the pretty one. Why
Yes.
don't you guard my chambers while I freshen up?
Absolutely. I'm the pretty one.
Well, that's why he's changing into something more comfortable.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. So you follow him to his chambers to see if you actually do stand guard. We'll say Darby does. He'll stand out there as he goes in. Otherwise, the other guards kind of show you where essentially the library is, and they're preparing that space for the bishop to have counsel with you. You see outside, if you look through a window, a lot of carriages are leaving the manor.
Oh, no.
And
Well, hold on. Is anybody doing something with the dead body of the assassin?
if you want to look
Yeah,
out the
that-
window with the shattered glass, the body's gone. It looks like the guards have already taken the body.
All right.
But it did mention
No,
that
the
before.
guards took it. Oh, no, they're covering up the evidence. Oh. I demand to see the body. I need to see it.
All right,
I need
yeah.
to have...
One of the guards will take you
Okay.
to the stables. Remember, this is not the bishop's mansion. This is essentially the governor's mansion. They're like, well,
God,
we
the
put
governor
the
was in on it.
body, in the stables, and yes, we're questioning the governor now. He's been a little light
God,
on
they're
his
gonna kill
tithing
the governor
lately.
to cover up the... Oh.
So
So
the
many
guy talking
layers.
to you is one of the bishop's lackeys. So like he's not a guard. He's dressed in fine robes, just like the other nobles were. But he was hanging very closely to the bishop. And he's like, we've often thought that the mayor's tithing has been a lit light of us recently. So if he has anything to do with this, we'll know for sure. The torturers will get it out of him.
Make sure there are at least 2 independent people, non-guard people in all the time. Just what the guard could kill one of the people and claim that the mayor jumped across the table and killed it. If it's 2, it will be harder. So be wary of the guards.
Well, let's take a look at the body. If you're right, they may have already taken him away.
Oh, look.
This is awesome. Love it, man.
Ragnar in the hallway. Again, the family seem to be leaving. Carriages are being drawn, etc. Now you don't have to roll the wisdom roll. It's pretty... Now that the hallways have cleared out a little bit, you see a pretty young woman, dressed well, but not lavishly like the guests were. You're thinking that she's some sort of servant. And she's just kind of sitting on a stool in the corner, tears in her eyes, head in hand. And you're still invisible, by the way.
Okay. Well, I have a plan. It's probably not a good plan, but it's a plan. Do I see any like robes or a coat or anything laying around that maybe somebody dropped when they fled?
Yes, there are many very elegant coats and frocks that have been left on pegs as
Okay.
people were living in a hurry. Maybe some keys were left behind, maybe a wallet, who knows?
First what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab it and find like an out of the way corner,
Mm-hmm.
put it on over my stuff. I mean, I'm pretty big, so they won't look that weird. And then I'm gonna, just in case they did like recognize my face, I'm gonna punch myself in the face like 10 or 12 times. So there's a big, it looks nuts. And then I'm gonna sort of, I don't know if I can,
What's your
come
strength?
back visible. 14.
14? You said you're going to punch yourself like 10 times?
Yes.
All right, roll 10d4.
Oh, that'll suck if I end up killing myself. The dual damage. The dual damage. All right. 10d4. That's like I said. I didn't say it was a good plan.
You can't actually kill yourself with unarmed strikes in this game. You'll just knock yourself out. You knock yourself
That's
out, I
good.
believe.
That's good because I'm out.
Yep, you knock yourself out. You're wearing another cloak. Someone has brutalized your face. You're going to be swollen all up one side. Oddly, the knuckles on that same side of your body will be bloodied as well. You knock yourself out. Yeah. You are seen to as the guards and the clergy start sweeping the area, seeing if anyone else is injured. So you awake to a brother that is praying over you. How negative did you go? Well, it doesn't matter. You're just unconscious.
Yeah, -10.
So you come back at 2 hit points.
Okay.
As brother, brings you back to consciousness, and he says, "Oh my goodness, there must have been more assassins in the hallway. Did you get a good look?"
I didn't. I was in the hallway and somebody came up and just. I think they hit me
They
with
punched
a
me in the
club.
face from behind.
Yeah, I think they hit me with a club before I knew what was going on. I had a little bit of wine, you see. And
Okay.
I was not paying as much attention as I perhaps should have.
All right. Well, they help you into the main room, give you some wine. This is. I'm sorry that we're a little depleted on our ability to lay on hands at the moment. We'll have another brother see to your further wounds as soon as we're able.
No problem, friend. Thank you for your assistance.
Yep. And you see a C and Darby standing out front of a door. Galen, are you going to stand out in front of the door too, or are you going to go into the library where the other guards are kind of telling you that's where he'll meet you?
I'll go to the library because I'll still try to not be around too much, noticed by other people.
All right. Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, it's a fairly lavish library. It's got an enormous fireplace. You do casually notice that recently some papers were burned in that fire.
Uh-oh.
There is a servant
Casually
that
have a
is.
look.
There is a servant that's about to put some more wood to the fire, but as you're coming in and you notice that, so you want to stop him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on there, fellow my lad.
Okay. You sort through the charred bits of vellum, and you come out with a few bits and pieces. It looks like it's a ledger of some sort. You don't have, not full pages, just like you're seeing the corner. There's some figures and some tabulations being done. Other servants come in and start laying down trays of fruit and wine. And true to his word, in about an hour, actually, Galen, you'll be left alone for a little bit then, as will Fig Jam. I'll get to you in a moment if you're going to look over the body. Is there anything you want to do? After the servants have come in, they stoke the fire, they lay down wine and fruit, and they leave you be?
Trying to think what sort of. I'm just sort of, yeah. Nothing in particular sort of coming to mind other than sort of general browsing and seeing what's in the library and stuff. There's
Okay.
nothing in particular that I have in mind for what I should be doing.
So when you say you're browsing the library, what in particular are you looking at? The books?
Yeah, the books. I just want to see what sort of range of things they have here.
Make me an intelligence roll.
It's a possibility.
Wow, low success, but a success.
Low success.
You find several volumes that seem to have the same kind of vellum that was in the fireplace. It's pretty unique. It's pretty rich. It's pretty supple. The less of many of the volumes on the shelf here aren't vellum. Some of them is just wood pulp. But you do find a series of books, 3 books, in fact, that have the same sort of vellum. And they're essentially we'll call them the earnings and tax statements for the manor.
Someone's been doing double entry bookkeeping.
Yes, the
I
lusty
suppose this is-
Argonian maid, always a good book, right there. This picture's too.
Still a better love story than Twilight.
Yes. Fig Jam, you are brought to.
Actually, just say I would have probably some experience from being in the green company having to deal with something with expenses that I'm not completely unknown to what the heck this is.
So you want to pour over the expense books?
I'll have a look. I'm not an accountant or anything, but I probably would have had some experience with it.
Okay.
I'm a bit suspicious of this.
Make me another intelligence roll.
No.
And I'll get back to you after you roll it there.
Better?
Yeah. Decent success.
Cool.
The body has been brought to the carriage house, laid out on some straw. There are 2 guards there. They're just kind of making sure that the highborn that are leaving stick to just taking their horses and carriage and are staying away from the body. As you come up, the 2 guards come to attention as they see the man that is coming along with you, Fig Jam. One of them is the guard that gave you. One of them is the guard that gave you the stink eye.
Show me your hands, guards.
The guards look to your companion, who just nods, and they show you their hands.
All right, I'm just checking they're not bloody or.
They're completely bloody. They just carried a corpse in here.
Yep. Okay. I caught you red-handed. I see.
Yeah. His head, essentially, he hit head first. His head exploded after he dove out that window.
And grab him by the feet and drag him here? Oh,
That's what he gets for hitting me with a dagger.
Very nasty poison on it, too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, now that I've seen the hands are all bloody, etc. Well, time to go in and examine the body, I guess.
Okay.
There's nothing else on there. They're not wearing matching signet rings, which denote their part.
Nice. They are wearing the clergy symbol on their tabards. They're dressed in chain and have full helms that are visors up. Other than that, nothing defining about them. The one is still giving you a stink eye, though.
I think his face is just stuck that way.
Maybe.
This is where Fig Jam's supposed to remove his sunglasses and just give us a one-liner. It's just,
Looks like this assassin's condition is stable.
Oh, good. A good one. Yeah! Good one. Yeah! Right. So they back off if you want to examine the body.
Yeah.
As they're doing this and you move forward, you notice that the person who never identified himself, by the way, it allows you to step forward, and he's not watching the body. He's watching you very carefully as you look over the body. So what are you doing with the body? It's obvious that he took a header out of the window. His arms, like he did this as he went through, so his arms are lacerated, his legs are lacerated, but then he wasn't able to recover the jump and basically planted his face right into the cobblestone.
All right, so you can't really identify him by.
Yeah, his face is just
facial
mush.
recognition.
It's just mush.
Well, I mean, I guess first of all, I'm going to pat him down and see what else he's got on him. See
Okay.
how many of those daggers, etc. If he's got instructions.
He has no more daggers. He does. Yeah, I'll give it to you. There's no reason why to. So you pat him down, and he does have some sewn pockets along the inside of his shirt, and one of the pockets has a signet ring, which you find. You have no idea who the families are in the area, but it's a signet ring.
The Ring of Avon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
hopefully so.
There are no more daggers, but there is a steel vial with a stopper with a wax seal that's been broken off. That's hidden inside of his shirt in one of these sewn pockets. But other than that, nothing else on him.
Would that have been noticed in a pat down?
Probably not, because you're really just tearing open his shirt, and on a casual pat down wouldn't have been noticed. You do. I'll also give you, because Fig Jam is smart, is very smart. The ring finger of his hand, he's got really weathered hands, like he works with his hands. And he does have a pale band, so like he removed his ring and hid it.
Oh, okay.
You're assuming. I mean, the band is about the right size on the signet ring.
I mean, I'll try and fit it onto his hand as well.
If
Does it
the
go
ring
on?
don't fit, you must have quit.
Thanks.
No, it
Well,
fits.
it's too late to
Yeah.
acquit him, but yeah, same thing.
Yeah, it's a perfect match for the discoloration on his finger.
Okay, good. All right. Well, I assume, though I could be incredibly wrong, that this silver, steely, potiony thing is either poison, so that if he is captured, it will kill him, or some sort of escape thing. If only. Well, we do know a alchemist person who could tell us, I guess.
Yep. In BX, you can take a sip of potions to find out what they are. However, if it is poison, you've
Yeah.
just taken poison.
I'd rather not take a sip of poison to determine. Yep.
You want to volunteer the
cyanide.
guy with the evil eye?
Yeah, I could. Yeah. You know, that's a good way of testing things. Yeah, all right. Here, test this, Mr. God.
He looks up
Are you
at
prepared to drink from this steel bottle that I found on the assassin? Do you have one sewn somewhere into your clothes? Do you know what this is?
Sir, he was an assassin. I'm almost certain that's poison. I really would rather not drink it. And he looks over at the person
so
that's
you
with you.
admit you know that this is poison. And that you... All right. Well, there we go.
I tell you what, Fig Jam, make me a charisma check.
This. How many? No, we've got no rerolls.
No
on
rerolls.
this anymore, have
Well,
we?
chat can always donate bits to give us.
I have a
rerolls.
7 charisma, chat. Help me. Help
Do
me
you
make
get
this a
queer? Does that
reality.
count as an
Let's do it.
intimidation check?
No. This is he's not convincing the guard.
All right. Yeah. Success.
Oh my gosh.
Success.
The Chamberlain that's with you looks to the guard and says, "Drink it."
Yes.
The guard reaches out with a trembling hand. He takes it. He looks at the Chamberlain and he says, he fingers his pendant that's got the holy symbol on it. And he says, "I've charged my life to His Holiness." And he salutes and he just drinks it. Just drinks the whole thing.
Wait. No, I just wanted him to. Oh, he's trying to kill himself, so he's taking away information. No, stop him.
Oh, he made a save. He falls to the ground and does much like a sea does. He starts foaming at the mouth and twitching. His eyes is rolling back.
He must have built up his resistance to it.
Chamberlain looks to you and he says, "Oh, that verifies it. It's some sort of poison. You seem to be particularly skilled at this, Mr.
You can call me
Fishgam.
Big Jam.
Jam Fig." Oh, yes. One of the heroes of Zymes, is it?
Indeed. Have you heard my name before?
No.
Or do you just
The heroes in
party?
general were only described. There are a few that actually saw the events of the day, but he gives you a very low bow and says, "But we officially thank you for your services that day."
Always glad to do exactly the thing that I did that I definitely know about.
So, what are your impressions here? I see that you are quite skilled. These investigations, you've unearthed some things. The poison, the signet ring, House Huron, it seems. I do not know this young man, but I do know his family. Minor nobility, bought their way into prominence.
I was going to suggest that possibly it could be a double bluff, and that it might have been, the enemies of the house trying to cast blame on them. But it fell onto his finger too well, so it's probably not that. But you should have other people investigate the house, just to be on the safe side. I don't know much about.
He looks at the
politics of this
guard
place.
that's trying really hard. He's sweating bullets not to look at the other guard who's spasming at his feet. And the Chamberlain looks at him and says, "Have it done. Send 20 guards." He bows very quickly. "Yes, sir. Yes, sir."
Fuck yeah.
All right, so we'll go back in. Radnar You're still feeling pretty. Your face is just swollen and matted with blood. Your knuckles hurt. The bishop does finally come out, and he's wearing more just normal clothing instead of the raiments of his office. He's got several jeweled rings on both hands. He's got a lot of jewelry around his neck. He doesn't carry a staff like the clergy does that have the magical detecting staff, but he does have kind of a walking cane, which he kind of uses to lumber his bulk around. And he comes out, the pretty one's still here. He throws an arm over your shoulder, says, come, let us have the good wine and the fruits.
Yes, the good wine.
This is why we keep the pretty one in our party to distract the others.
Yeah.
You know, I over the years I developed a slight tolerance to that death poison, so it was so lucky of me to be able to take that for you. I don't know what I would have done if I hadn't done anything.
Yes, my chamberlain will show you the requisite amount of thanks. Yes. You are a pretty one, though. Come on, let's go.
Requisite thanks. I don't want payment. I just want information. Can you help me with a couple of things?
Well, possibly. Let's see where the wine leads us, shall we?
Absolutely.
Radnar, you are helped. You are helped into the library. As you are leaving,
to leave you two alone, just let us know.
As you're leaving that area where the ritual took place, you're seeing that there are several guards and another one of the bishop's people that are not guards, dressed very well. They're very strongly questioning the lord of this manor and his servants and his wife and his children. They just kind of got them all lined up. Guards in the background, cocking crossbows, that sort of thing. About this time, Fig Jam, the Chamberlain, will lead you back. What do you believe we should do with the body? Perhaps send it as a message to his family? Simply burn it here? It's best we let the bishop decide, I suppose. You don't think there's anything...
Yeah, I'm not really sure what to do with bodies after I finished investigating them. They generally just disappear somewhere. I don't know what we do with them.
Well, we do have the cadaver keepers that will come in the morning. We could simply do that. But let's find out what the bishop would like. Come, Fig Jam. He does have exquisite wine. I'm sure he's going to be in a sharing mood tonight. All right, so you all are back. Yeah, so you all end up back in the library where he's taken a very comfortable chair and he's telling you all to just pull up chairs. Come on, just circle up.
Somewhere he's got sort of half spectacles he's peering over the top of it. The books. He's got a quill and an abacus.
Yeah. Okay, did you succeed in that check?
Yeah, 9 out of 12. Okay. So medium success.
The books are meticulous and, in your thinking, too precise. There's always errors. People forget that, we spent this much on bread and we didn't, and so there's a further entry down to reconcile a bad month or a bad week if the numbers don't work out. There's none of that. It's perfect all the way down.
Is there any way, and with success probably not, of working out the bits that I have from the fire that would correlate to this entry or the sort of the same pattern as this entry in this book? Wait a minute. It's like, here's the correct one, and here's what we.
I would say if you rolled a better success, yes. Okay. So you do know it's the same kind of paper. This was definitely another one of these books that got burned, but you're not matching those pages, those fragments.
Yeah, so just asking.
Okay. Yep. So he just very informally asks everybody to pull up chairs, and you're just kind of in a circle in front of the fire, which is going pretty strongly now. So. The rumors of the heroes of Zyme are rather, I thought you would all be taller.
I'll have you know, I'm a solid 5'9" on a good day.
Solid 5'9". Well. He's definitely hitting on you, see?
Listen, if it gets us a goddamn ring and a mirror.
right. So yeah, he once the servants have all filled goodly-sized goblets with this wine, which you're noticing again is that strange amber color that you saw back in the castle. He dismisses everyone. So it's just you and the bishop in the room.
Not even the Chamberlain?
Not even the Chamberlain.
Okay.
Although the Chamberlain does come in, whispers a few words to the bishop, and the bishop isn't really trying to whisper back. He just tells them, "Hold the body. We'll figure it out after the guards have questioned his family."
Oh, well, when I sort of can tell that the Chamberlain is one of the people, I'll point the books out to him and then.
Oh,
leave it
okay.
to him.
Well, the Chamberlain will come by, and do you point out that it's what you found?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Here's some weird things
He
on
takes
them.
the books and he says, "Well,
Yeah.
I believe the mayor needs some more questioning." He takes the books,
Okay.
bows. Actually, before he goes out, he looks at the fireplace and he takes out one of the pokers that are there and he gets it good and hot. He takes it with him.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, we're good guys, remember.
Hey, I'm neutral.
I'm chaotic. Technically, I'm chaotic, so.
Yeah,
Wow, there we go then.
it's all good. It's all good.
I'm gonna pour the bishop a glass of wine.
You top off his glass. These are huge goblets, by the way. This is a
Picture
lot of
him,
wine.
he's sitting on his knee, actually. for
So-
some reason. I don't-
Since you have recently had some of this wine, this is definitely the same brew, the same vintage, the same grape, you think, as the wine in the castle.
Tell me, where did you get this wine?
Oh, it's very special. There are only
I'm aware.
few bottles of this left. It's ancient, actually.
Ancient.
There was a very cursed family that once ruled this region. They were the reason.
The Ember family?
Say that again.
The Ember family?
Ah, the Dombers. Yes. Yes, indeed. They're the reason for the rise of the church to put down their evils.
I see. It's funny that you mentioned.
But they make very good wine, despite how
Yes.
evil they were.
Yes. Yes.
So tell me, heroes of Zyme, have you in your travels come across a black book? A tome, a large tome with black binding, copper clasps.
That doesn't ring a bell.
That might be a good question for Radnar. He's busy drinking right now. But when he's finished with his glass of wine, we should come back to that and ask him.
With his 2 hit points remaining, he just fell asleep after drinking the wine.
I
Darby's.
don't remember that.
Well,
I don't have any books.
it's of no consequence. Just if in your travels you happen to come across such a book, it would be worth a great deal to me. A great deal indeed.
Why? What's in
It's
it?
said to have come from the Jomber family as well. A bit of history. As you may or may not know, I'm a great fan of the history of our realm, and so little has been left in the records, most of it purged and burned by my forebears, I'm afraid, to rid this land of their evil. But still, isn't it better to know one's enemies? I often think so.
You say you like to collect history.
Oh, I do. I collect many
And you
things.
seem
Beautiful
to-
things I like to collect.
Yes. I saw your jewelry. And funny that you like jewelry so much. And, as evil as the Amber family was, you seem fascinated by the history of them. I have something.
There's
that may be
screams
of
you're hearing
value.
echoing down the corridor now, by the way.
Oh. I have something that might be of value to you.
Oh, he leans forward.
But I would merely require something in return.
Well, of course, if it's within my power. You spoke of knowledge. You would like knowledge.
Yes, well, or the thing that I'm looking for knowledge on, if you know where it is, seeing as you know of
He
this
pops
family.
a grape into his mouth. It just kind of bursts all over the place. He's very sloppy. Well, you tell me what it is you're looking for, and I'll see if I can help. I am a collector of
things.
artifacts myself.
2 things. 1, a ring. A special ring.
Yeah, he looks down at his hands, which are covered in rings.
No, like, it's called the Ring of Avon?
Ring of Avon. I have come across that name in the libraries. I will have my chamberlain look in our archives on that, but I believe either Terrain or Paragon, not far from here, either direction. I do believe that the rulers of either of those small, insignificant cities might currently be in possession as an heirloom, as it were. There's nothing particular in the histories about it. A very plain ring with a name.
It is very plain, but it has a very unique purpose that I know of.
And Ragnar, he looks at you as he passes the carafe of wine around. And you, my friend, don't think your casting of the magics, the dark arts within the mayor's home was not unnoticed. But such things, while not granted by the church, and certainly not for the masses, amongst equals such as we, heroes such as you, surely you command those dark forces and not the other way around,
Well, of
But we
course,
can't.
I would never deign to sully your ceremonies or your presence with such dark forces were it not in defense of a higher cause.
Of course.
And
Perhaps if you have time.
I apologize for any uncomfortability that it may have caused.
Yes,
and I
well.
promise, as frightening as his magic may appear on the surface, he has saved my life on numerous occasions. I consider Radnar one of the greatest people around.
Oh,
Wow.
I see.
Well, thank you, Dion.
He is certainly one of the largest of girth, approaching my own that I have seen recently. A man of such gravity.
Gravity comes into it a lot.
Must have a character to go along with it. How else would one feed themselves, right? Am I right?
Of course.
The other item that I'm looking for is a viper circled mirror.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I do know that one. Yes, indeed. I'm surprised that if this was a quest of yours that you did not pick it up while you were in Viones.
It's in Vionas?
Yeah, that is the last I heard of it, yes.
Hmm.
If you wish to view it, although I do not believe its possessor would be interested in selling, but perhaps you have a bargain to make. I can write you letters of introduction, of course. It will get you in. The bargain might be a bit difficult. But again, such a plain device with such a mighty name. Is there some historical significance? Is it also from the D'Amber family?
I find myself a collector,
Oh, yes.
and I seek to collect a set. It's a useless set, but to me it has significant value. You would understand.
I would. Indeed. And
And
again, I say, if
speaking
you
of
find this
value-
black book, I would certainly move
Oh,
a
yeah.
great many things to help you.
Radnar. Black Book. Copper binding.
He looks
powerful
over to
magical
you,
tome,
Radar. Yes, a
big.
mighty tome. Hefty. He kind of mimes the size. It's a large tome.
We have
Bound in black. You've not come across it, no.
I've not seen it. No, sorry.
You travel much, though.
Of course.
I would
yes.
be very appreciative if you could acquire that for me. Yes.
If we run across it, I certainly will have it delivered to you, sir.
I go to my bag
Mm-hmm.
and I ruffle through it and I pull out the jeweled mace. of the
Yeah, he
family.
pulls out like a spectacle and he looks at it. He's like, I do believe I've seen that in certain engravings.
I would like to inform you that that is the jeweled mace of the king of Castle Lambert.
I see.
Ah,
Prized
see,
artifact.
Yes, that is my name. That is my name. You are correct.
Is it like the other devices you were looking for? An ornate yet plain in other ways. And as he sees that, he looks over at Radnar and his kind of eyes
It's
shifting.
it's not magical.
Ah,
I wanted to keep it if it was.
See.
find enjoyment in having these unique, mysterious items of that nature. That's why your staves may blink around me. I've made people uncomfortable. Uh, but I I I don't have a use for it. But someone who's appreciative of the Amber family as much as myself, I mean, clearly this could be a value for you.
Oh, indeed. And he yells out, Chamberlain! And the door opens, and that guy comes in.
Chamberlain!
And he bows, and he says, when we are done here, my friend the sea wishes to bestow upon us an item for her historical vaults, if you would extract the necessary funds from this household to pay for it. And you hear the screaming down the hallway.
I don't need funds. I just
Oh,
want
no,
the
no,
items.
no. It would be my pleasure to grant you the funds of this household in exchange. Remember, it's not his household. In exchange for that mace.
Okay. All right. Guys, was there anything else that we could ask him? I mean, I feel like we're on a roll here with good information. We're scratching each other's backs real good right now.
I turned around to try and look at my back. Are we?
He does,
We got
while you're there, he
information.
does inform the Chamberlain that to have the scribes look into the archives about the mirror to make sure, and the ring.
I guess there is something that you could tell us, or if you've heard of it, as you are a scholar or somebody who knows about the Amber family. What was the curse meant to do of the Amber family? Is there legends on them being cursed, and
Indeed.
what would
The
happen if the
family
curse
made
was
pacts
broken?
with demons from the outer void. And those pacts...
That explains the guy in the basement. I say to Radnar.
these
Oh, who
pacts
hasn't made pacts
involve
with demons?
a certain blood. It taints the blood. The family line was tainted from the first of the Ambers that had made these dark pacts. It brings with it a measure of power and magic, but it also creates an insanity over generations. And the family wielded this power for many generations, but it became... the insanity rose to such an extent that they could no longer be allowed to exist here. A mighty weaving of spells were done. The family was excised from this plane, cut, thrown into the abyss.
Well,
So, what would happen? So, huh?
What if the curse was broken?
Yeah.
Well, if you can sever the ties between that cursed family and their demon patrons, they would lose their powers, but be free of the taint. Their future
that
generations would be clean and could come back to the light of our Lord. However, they are certainly all dead and gone by now.
he said,
But is that act something that the church could use to better your motivations?
Our motivations are to keep our lands pure, so that such as the Ambers never come back, and the study of that demon-worshipping brood is not spread across this land again.
But think about
Again, friend Radnar, while it is much appreciated that your dark arts are being used for the good of all, it's best that they are limited while you are here.
But
I-
isn't the message of
really
salvation
sorry.
better?
Well, it's...
If we were to break the curse and you could claim the glory, we're not from here.
But break it for whom? They've been thrown to the void, root and branch. There are none left.
Isn't it the right thing to do?
But how? Who are you saving?
Those that have been lost.
Return to the realms of the demons?
At least saved and given salvation to move on.
He looks genuinely confused. Keep in mind to see that the family has been gone for many generations, many hundreds of years.
I'm just thinking of their souls. I say that in character.
Okay.
I'm thinking of their souls.
Well, it's good of you to think of the damned in such ways, I suppose. But I suppose if a working can be done, that their curse can be lifted, it would be quite a feat. Quite a feat that the church could claim.
This is why I need these 2 items.
They have no powers.
I have a way.
Oh, he looks very intrigued. Tell me of this way.
I can't tell no secrets.
Ooh. Yeah, his eyes furrow at that a little bit.
I pour him more wine.
Make me a charisma check.
Button, boom.
Oh, wow.
Crit.
All right, so he smiles and he says, "Ah, well, such things can be forgiven for someone as delightful as you."
And I kind of rub his back a little bit as I'm still filling
He
the glass.
burps.
And I go, I'm glad that you can understand. As much as I wouldn't want to hold a secret from you when I've been so open and you've been so welcoming and helpful, some things are better off not learned because I could be cursed as well. I wouldn't want to pass that to you.
All right. So the conversation turns a bit. He is well aware that you are not native to his realm. And he does ask, from where do you hail? Further north, south, across the seas to the west, the deserts to the east.
Further.
Indeed.
We're from across the seas.
Oh, indeed.
Yeah.
You came all this way to seek these artifacts.
It was, well, you said how long it's been, and people travel, and word travels, and stories travel, and I found myself fascinated.
Yeah. He's intrigued, and at this point, a bit tipsy, a bit drunk. So he
Pop him
talks
up a little more.
Yeah, he talks inanities for, the next hour or so before yawning a bit more and stating, well, I have a busy day tomorrow, and the Chamberlain will have had some of our librarians look through the archives, give you what information you may. Where are you staying? I will send them to you.
Where are we staying? We
So remember that
got
merchant
in town today, didn't we?
Remember that merchant?
No.
I don't know anymore.
Remember the merchant that mistook you all for, well, maybe not mistook, since, time travel and all. As the heroes of Ione, just paid for a bunch of stuff so that he could get to this party.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, him. What
Yeah.
happened to him?
He's gone. Yeah,
He left.
he left fast.
Yeah, he paid for a hotel room for us, right? For the next couple days.
Oh, yes. Yeah, for the next couple of days.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that place.
Because, after they can't find assassins, the next one they blame are the merchants. That's just how it works.
Yep.
I mean, he was there only as a +1 as
Yeah.
well, so, so it's suspicious.
What if the merchants are assassins?
The boy does come from a merchant family that bought their title.
Prices are to kill for.
I was going to say they're slashing their prices. Yep, that was right. Yeah. That's great.
Right. Yeah, so he's going to bid you a good evening as they've prepared his carriage. The Chamberlain comes in to tell them that they're prepared to leave. He drops a bag on the table next to you and bows and says, "With the generosity of this household, we accept your gift of this historical weapon." And he removes the weapon, just leaves. The sack
Doesn't try to
is
go to bed with a seat.
sack is stained with blood.
Fine.
Fresh.
It's fine. I've seen worse. It'll match the other sacks I have.
Yeah, there we go.
All right, what's in the sack?
Gold, jewels, some of the
Beast.
house mistress's jewelry.
All right, party pot that if
Yeah.
we could.
How much is that?
2,500 gold, 1,000 electrum.
Yes. Oh, my
And-
favorite. Electrum here?
Yep.
Wait, really?
Yep.
Oh.
Yep, shouldn't be. And various bits of jewelry that's worth another 500 gold.
We need 30,000 times 5 worth of money so I can level.
Yeah, remember that's
don't
direct.
recognize any of this.
That is
do we,
direct
as stuff we've
experience
just
now.
put- Oh no.
Well,
You don't. I'm
that's-
sorry. Say that again, Richard.
I was going to say we don't recognize this as anything that we have just put into the realm as we had to get money changed, but no, we changed wads of gold rather than
Yeah.
individual coins.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Bobs
not
of
us.
gold.
Yeah, giant boobs.
Wait, you said direct experience, but like you're gonna just tell us what to add
Yeah,
later,
at some
right?
point we'll.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
That's I was like, wait. I've been
Yeah, I'm
really
just saying
behind.
that's how much gold I need to accumulate so I can level.
Yeah. So with that, yep, he gives everybody a firm handshake, lingers with the sea for a bit, but begs off any further correspondence because wine and all, lots of wine.
Yes.
Hey, did I ever get anybody to heal me anymore?
They will send someone in the morning. They're basically tapped out right now.
Gotcha.
Well, I needed in the morning.
Yep.
Yeah. That's fine. As long as we don't get attacked at night.
I mean, once you get
Actually,
back,
that's a
I
good
can do
point.
some-
Actually, that's a good point. Hold on a second. They would have gotten some more brothers in from the church nearby.
Yeah.
So you can
Well,
take
you-
2. Is anybody else injured?
I'm kind of sad he
What?
left. I wanted to ask him what the difference was between the ritual he did and magic and see what he'd say.
So 10 points back. They got 2 heals on you, Radnar.
Okay.
So you're at
I can
12.
throw you a cure serious.
I'm at
and
12,
two
you
cure
said?
lights.
You
before
got
go
2
to-
before, and then you just got another 10.
All right. Thank you.
Jameis has spells he can blow on you
Yep.
too.
Yeah. I mean, you'll heal up overnight, but if we
Well,
need to
yeah,
do something
I-
overnight, then-
As long as I'm up, more than 2, I think I'm good.
okay.
The Chamberlain also informs you after he gets the bishop out, just as an aside, that the manor house will be empty for the evening if you wish to reside here for a bit. There's not going to be anyone that's going to mind.
I mean, we've already stated that we can have our stuff transported to the inn, and those rooms are paid for us. And I'm tired, and a lot of my things are there.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, you don't have
I-
your armor. You don't.
yeah, I don't have anything on me here other than a couple of the bag of stuff because I figured I was going to meet the bishop. So
So as they're leaving, Radnar, the pretty girl, and I do mean like young girl. She's young teen, is the last in the bishop's train leading. She's like wiped her face, but you can tell she's been crying pretty heavily.
I'll stop
Yeah,
and
yeah.
say,
She knew the assassin. Yeah, we know.
what's the matter?
Yet she like wipes her face again real quick. Nothing, sir. Gives you a curtsy. Nothing at all. I'm afraid, but my liege is leaving. I must leave with him.
See, I'm one of the heroes of Zions. It is my business to help people when they are down. Man, are you
Okay.
sure there's nothing I can assist you with?
So as you've kind of stopped her and the train continues because they don't care about her. She's a little bit away, and so she looks that way, and she looks at you, and she says, give me a charisma check, Radnar.
Uh-huh. That's good. My charisma's 14.
Success. She just very earnestly says, I'm afraid this was all my fault. And then with that, she just like hurries to catch up.
All right. Well, if she's part of the retinue, we'll most likely be able to run into her again. I'm gonna tell the rest of the party what I heard, and do you guys think? And what could this mean?
How old was she again?
Teens, young woman.
12, 13, something like that.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
A little older maybe, but yeah. Teens, marrying age.
Yeah. I would put money on her being abused by the bishop and the other guy trying to take the bishop out for,
Yeah.
because of the
I-
thing.
That would not shock me either.
Yeah. Clerics, you can't trust any of them.
Asi thought he was just
Can't
fine.
trust any of them.
If that's what's going on, aren't we like morally obligated to do something about
I don't know, Radnar. What's your alignment?
I'm probably chaotic good.
Then, well, there's no good. It's just chaotic.
Okay, well, no, I'm actually lawful.
Okay. Well, you might
Oh,
feel that, but I think you're the only one in the party.
I'm neutral.
Yeah.
I think what's Darby? I think he might be.
I think everybody's neutral.
Yeah.
Apart from.
It takes a lot to be more than neutral. Neutral is like the standard, like you look out for yourself, you help where you can, but for the most, you look out for yourself. To be lawful or chaotic takes dedication to something.
I'm chaotic.
Well, that would make
Oh,
sense since
yeah.
you're a cleric. You are dedicated to someone.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got no actual proof of any of this,
Mhm.
and it was just me
Is it-
speculating wildly. But I mean,
Yeah.
we've killed people for less, so I don't know.
Thing is,
You've burned down entire towns for less.
Although it's the wrong religion, as in they're worshipping the wrong sort of gods, they are actually doing fairly good for the community. So, what's a little evil when you get a better community?
I mean, I don't even know. I mean, what curse we're actually breaking here? I thought it was the curse of the House of Amber actually being cast out of the dimension, because I
Yeah.
don't think we were able to leave that place.
So,
Not the curse of them dabbling with the demons, etc. I mean, we might be just bringing them back, and they can deal with the church themselves.
So what you
No.
know that the bishop doesn't seem to know is that their mighty spell didn't work. The Ambers
'Cause it
weren't.
didn't cast them into the
It,
void.
yeah, it didn't. They're kind of in an in-between place that they're stuck in.
Which happens to be our plane. I don't know. That might not be our plane.
No,
Who knows?
it's not.
We may have got stuck there ourselves.
I mean,
on the
we
way
asked to
back
go
from the
home
boat.
from the carpet.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I mean, once you got out of that under Hollow Earth realm, who knows what the hell it did? Well,
Yeah.
Just wanted to go
if you're really
home.
worried about the guild, you could probably buy her off the church and set her free or something.
We exchanged the golden poop for this servant lady.
Just give him the black book, and you can have whatever you want.
Is that like the Necronomicon or something?
You'll
Well,
know
we
when you
just
come
forgot-
across it.
That's the same
He's
with
not
her.
the head bishop. That's up in Viones.
That's in
The head
Viones,
bishop.
right. Yep.
He's just a mini
Yeah,
boss
well.
of the area.
Maybe we can report him, and they can move him to a new diocese or something.
Yep.
Diocese, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What we may want to do is get him to give us letter of instruction to the main head bishopy guy in Viones. But
I think he
again,
was
if
gonna
we're the
do
heroes of Viones, then we should probably find out what we did sometime.
We defeated a monster of some description.
Yep. You destroyed some kind of beast. Is the most you've gotten out of
Yeah.
anyone.
I mean, we can destroy this beast here as well if it turns out that he is doing what I randomly suspect him of doing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm sure the people will.
It could have also just been that they were in love and he wanted to get her to get out from under the religion so they could go and be
Yeah,
married.
but that
something.
doesn't
And
work
that's it.
when you. It doesn't work as they kill people like that.
He's an
Really?
impetuous teen. What you gonna do?
I mean, we don't know that. I've got no idea how old this assassin was. I examined him, but he didn't have a face, so I couldn't tell.
I think earlier Bert said he was younger.
There, yeah. He's.
Look,
Yeah.
look at how old my picture looks, and tell me who wouldn't be younger.
All right. So, what are you guys going to do? You're essentially left here. There are a few servants kind of just around, scared to death, but they are kind of staying within earshot if you actually call for some kind of service.
Hey, servants,
Okay.
I need
Very-
a service.
A very scared elderly man comes forward, and he's dressed in the colors of the family that lived here, purple and blacks. He bows really low. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Do you have a servants' network of gossip and stuff about your masters? Need to know gossip on the bishop.
Oh, wow.
What he's like with his servants. Tell me.
Okay. I'm not going to make you roll because
Thank God for
basically
that.
his master is just being probably taken off to be executed in the morning. He's like, well, yes, my master here has indeed been shorting the temple of the proper tithing for some time, and has been dealing with and he's kind of looking around like he's thinking about what you might want to hear. He's been consorting with devils and demons, sir. Yes, indeed, he has.
I don't care about your master. I didn't ask about your master. I asked about the bishop and how he treats his servants.
Oh,
Tell me that.
His servants are, well, he has no servants, sir. Those that work for the bishop are the scions of families that have entered the clergy. All of his servants are done this way.
Oh, so that could have been his sister or something then. Did you recognize any of the servants? I mean, I suppose you saw the crying servant, did you?
If you describe her, she was just very, just beautiful. No, even if she was downplaying that in not so good clothing and was not making direct eye contact with people. Oh, yes, sir, indeed.
Which house is she from?
Oh, a small minor house, sir. A merchant house. They deal in money lending, sir. The Scarpers, sir. I'm not entirely certain.
That wasn't the same name as the ring, so
Nowhere near.
Does she have a brother? What else in the family? Does there a brother in the family?
If I remember the rumors correctly, sir, no, the house has not been blessed with sons. $3, sir, and she's the least, the youngest. She was not of marrying potential. Too willful, I understand. So the family sent her to the clergy.
Well, this is a mystery I can't solve. Never mind.
Put your sunglasses on and walk away. Sir, do you know what will become of our master and mistress?
I'm sure they'll be fine.
Okay. May we retire, sir?
I think you're fired, or at least don't have a job. I don't know. Have you got enough put away to retire?
You're kind of talking casually to him, so he's like, "There's enough silverware here to support us for a while, sir. We'll loot it on the way out."
Fair enough.
That's surprisingly a good idea. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, we've got a hotel to get back to at some point. So.
Oh, silverware. No, it's too late. We've dealt with the werewolf. We don't need any more. All right. No, wait. If we get a silver knife, can we just touch it occasionally to see and
find
see
out if
whether
it
they're gonna
burns?
change that night, sort of thing? I don't know. Yeah.
You want to pocket one of the butter knives and
Just take one. Thanks.
Yep.
We just need this one.
Yeah.
yes, sir. The candle, the candle holders, sir. They have the most value, of course.
No, we just need something of pure silver, occasionally.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, we've got a hotel
Easy
to
to
get
carry.
back to.
We'll have a
That's what our
spoon
stuff is.
instead. That'll be good.
But yeah, I'm perfectly happy to go back to my hotel and just leave something.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Okay. All right. So heading
We are
back,
terrible
it's fairly
people.
dark at this point. Let
We're
us
the heroes
see.
of Viames, damn it.
We're not in biomes. We don't have to be heroes here.
You, as you're going back, Galen. Wait, hold on. I don't remember. Did Galen notice the night that you did stay? Oh, no, you haven't stayed over yet. This
And
is
then we spent a night there, and I was on the
you
roof.
saw the
Maybe
highway.
southeast
You
from
thought
it.
you saw the
Yeah.
thieves' highway. There's a fair amount of people on rooftops dropping planks, going from rooftop to rooftop. You feel eyes on you, but everyone is letting you go without being harassed tonight. But there is
Yeah.
definitely a lot of activity going on in the housetops tonight.
I mean, they know that we're staying at the hotel and that, so then we were off. I want to say off topic, but that's not quite the word. Off whatever sort of.
Okay. So we're going to go to the next
Okay,
morning then, which is the establishment that you're at is quite nice. The beds are wonderful. You have a great night's sleep. So come morning, everybody's back to full health. Hit point wise, if you've got other things going on, those are still going on. And as you come down for breakfast, the Chamberlain is already there. And he's already finished his breakfast. He's having some warmed mead as he's waiting for you to come down. He stands up to bow to you as you're coming down. He has several scrolls in hand. He says, allow me, the breakfast here is quite wonderful. Fresh goose eggs. Potatoes have been imported. They're wonderful, salted, peppered. Very good, very good. Please. He snaps his finger. Breakfast plates are brought out. We have done the research you asked for, masters, and it seems this ring of Eben that you are looking for is in possession of one Luc Le Chaudonnier. Supposedly, our records say he's a white magician, if such things were possible. So we all know that any power is not granted by the celestial beings. All come from demons and devils. But if such things are to believe, he is a white magician. He is currently... Sorry, GM has to look something up real quick. He is in the small city of Perion. He pulls out a map, which you've seen before. This is to the north and west of Zymes. Currently, they are having a problem there. There's a beast that's ravaging the countryside. A beast is smaller, to be sure, than the one you dealt with in Iones, but of a similar bent, as I understand it. It's possible that Mr. Chaudonnier would be very grateful. It might give you the ring if you were to solve their problem, or you could make some other deal, I'm sure. Here, and he hands you, each of you, he gives a scroll to, includes Darby. Just letters of recommendation from the bishop. This might be able to get doors open for you. Now, the other item, the mirror. The mirror. And give the GM just a second.
That was the mirror, Fion's, the Viper Crystal Mirror, Gaspard du Nord.
Yep. Pardonord.
Iones, I think is what he said,
it's
right?
in Biones.
Yeah, it's in Lyon.
Yep. There, the Archbishop will be able to help you further. Again, these records of introduction should go a far way to help. Is there any other service can provide you? I will also reiterate, as the bishop had asked, there's a certain tome that he's been looking for some time. If by any chance you're able to acquire it, we can compensate you quite well, or other favors can be had.
Any information on where it could be?
No, unfortunately, somewhere in the land.
Is there anything interesting that the GM wants to dangle us in terms of plot hooks happening in Touraine or Le Hibidou, down to the south and up to the east?
There are rumors that there are problems in Le Hube. Yes, indeed. See, you guys never mentioned the potion of time travel. You don't need to because you already got it by one of the random rolls. That's one of the things I like about this module, by the way. The things that you need to complete the task can be found multiple ways. So, like, they give you 3 ways to get a potion of time travel. A random roll to find the alchemist was one of them. Yeah. So, I mean, there's a fair amount of stuff going on in the countryside. There's a lot of these beasts that have just been popping up. terrorizing the smaller towns. The walled cities aren't having as much problems, except for Viones, where apparently megafauna attacked, and you did something about.
Because that's just the kind of people we are.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
So
We
the
have to
two,
burn down a whole forest to get through it safely. By God, that's what we'll do.
yes, in fact. So Perigon, I'm not sure how that's pronounced. Our French speaker is not here tonight, and Viones are the two places that your two artifacts would be located.
Okay, so we go to Perion and then we go to Viones. So it's a straight
Yeah.
shot, kind of.
Pretty much.
Yep. Now that is still a long. So if you look at it, each of the hexes on there is 12 miles. So that's a lot of distance. But there is a path directly from Zymes to. There's a trail, I should say.
Do we? Well, we can just do this. Find out if there's any wagons or like thing going that way that we can just group up with, rather than. Just one
Oh yes,
ourselves.
often
I mean, we can go by ourselves,
yeah.
obviously.
Often there are caravans going, merchants traveling to and fro. I'm sure, actually, if you inquire here at this very inn, you'll find a merchant in that
might
direction.
be easier for us if we're in a group because that's just safer.
I tell the bartender, hey, if you hear anyone going to Perion in a caravan, let us know.
Okay.
wanna
Well,
group
the
up
bartender just yells out at the bar, "Anybody going to Perignon in the next when do you need to leave, sir?
Whenever.
In the next whenever."
Subtle? We don't do subtle.
There's a couple of very hard-looking men. Look like they've seen a bit of battle. Scarred knuckles, hands. One of them has a scar on their cheek. Dressed very well, though. I mean, this is a very posh establishment to be able to afford this place. One of them raises their hand. "Hey, indeed."
I go and
He
I
looks at
shake
your
his
party. He
hand.
says, "We can always use defenders. The woods are treacherous between here and there."
Oh, trust me, we are good at defending.
"Do you have your own horses?"
Do we?
Yes, actually, we do.
Yeah.
He made
we
off
do.
with horses, yes. Well, we
Just remembered.
leave today.
Okay.
My companions here and I, we're going to have some breakfast, load up with food for the horses and mules, and be on our way
Yeah.
before midday. Are you
Yeah,
interested?
There's something I think we want to take care of first, but otherwise, sure. Yeah, that sounds good for you guys. Let's rest my part out. I want to speak to you guys.
No?
Okay.
I'd
With
like to-
with that, the Chamberlain goes over to that table, and they have a discussion. Something changes hands. He can't quite make it out, and the people at the table just seem to smile and nod. And the Chamberlain says, "Thank you for doing this service. The bishop greatly appreciates you helping our visitors here to get safely to the destination." Gives them a curt, quick bow. Comes back to your table and says, "Now, is there anything further we can do for you?"
Yes, one thing. We had a compatriot that we came into town with, and she was saying that she was maybe looking for some help. I gather that young servant that you've got in your company might actually be good for her to take on as an apprentice, and we can obviously we can cover the cost if there is indeed a cost.
Oh, the Noviate, she is here on her family's in her own volition. She is studying to enter the clergy. Certainly, if you would like to extend a different offer to her, he looks like really like this is an unheard of sort of thing. It's like, I suppose if you wish to speak to her about this.
Yeah.
Well, very well.
It's always good to have options,
Okay. I will send her here.
Okay. And I'll also ask the apothecary to come here too. So I don't know how much I want to go into the bit, but obviously I'm going to be offering I'm going to tell you the apothecary. She might be in a bad situation. Have a word with her.
Oh no, she made out like a bandit with the C helping her out at the market the other day. She did really well.
I'm the pretty
Yeah,
one.
Yeah.
I know. I'm just saying to the apothecary, look, this girl here may be having a bit of trouble with the local place. So if you at least get her out of the place, if not elsewise.
Mm-hmm. Well, no,
if
she's
you take her off.
actually going to head to Terrain herself. She barters there for some supplies that you can only find in the fens around that city.
But yeah, but no, basically I'm making the connection that if the girl wants to get out and go. And
I see. Well, if you want them
the
there,
apothecary is willing to take her.
Well,
off.
let's go forward a bit. We'll say the apothecary is there. The girl arrives. This time she is actually wearing the robes like the brothers were. And she comes in and she looks around and she sees Radnar at the table. And she just kind of like, you can just see it in her face. She just deflates. And she comes over, pulls out a chair, and just kind of pops down and says, Chamberlain said you wanted to see me. She's not meeting your eyes at all.
Yeah. No, even though I was like, yeah, we got the impression that you were having a great time in the Brotherhood. So we just our friend here, the apothecary name, I don't even know if he even got a name, is looking to take on someone to help her as a servant to sort of learn the trade in that, or just
okay.
I thought you might like other offers.
Make me
don't ask for a charisma roll.
Make me a charisma check.
It should be down to my charisma to do this.
Then maybe you shouldn't be the one saying the things.
I failed by one. I don't know if you want to give me a bonus or something.
So she looks a little offended, just a little, but she meets your eyes, and you can see there's anger there. She says, "You wish to bring dishonor on my family? I am with the clergy as a matter of faith and my responsibilities to my family."
Is that what you want?
What I want doesn't factor into this.
But it's your life.
No. And she'll meet your eyes too, and she says, no, it's not.
I mean, do you want to stay with the clergy?
Do I want to? No.
So you have a chance to get out.
Which would bring dishonor on my family.
What does that do?
What does it do? She looks like she's about to just rip into you, and then she actually stops for a minute, and she thinks, what does that do? What does that do?
We are the heroes of Fayon, and we are ones saying this is the way that it can be.
See, give me a charisma check.
Yes,
and
sir.
Moreover, I don't know if the apothecary wants to say anything at any point to say, let's just take you out of here or not. Woman to woman.
Oh, wow.
High success.
High success. So, yeah, that plays out where she's actually now thinking about, well, what does that actually mean? She's like, my sisters have made good marriages. They've made my family wealthy enough with their pairings.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not destined for such things, then what of it?
Go live
What
your
of
life.
it?
Get out, see the world a bit.
Start your own lineage. Start your own history and story.
So,
why do you have to live on your family's coattails? Do you know what I did when I was your age?
I have no.
He's only like 17.
Yeah. I have no income. I have no way of making wealth. It was the clergy, or to be a spinster in my family's home for the rest of my life.
Point to the apothecary.
Oh. Start digging out gold from our
She can
pelt her with gold like a pole dancer. No,
you'll work for her. I'm sure she'll pay you for your assistance. You'll learn something that's useful.
Yeah, the apothecary is a little shrewd, and she's like, I don't know, the daughter of a highborn. This could bring me problems. Tell me, girl, what's the difference between hemlock and foxglove? I'm going to roll.
Ooh.
Out of character. Both are deadly.
She knows the difference. Well, one will make a death seem like a heart attack. The other will take sometimes days to die, but will seem like a... And then she stops. And she's like, Yes, I know the difference.
See, she's an assassin.
Yes, Fig Jam, assassins everywhere, and she was at the party.
I told you.
She was at the party.
She was dressed as a guard as well, I'm sure of it.
Indeed. Okay, so you convinced this poor girl to leave her duty to her family with the clergy and to go off into the big wide world with this apothecary.
We kind of sound like assholes.
For crap wages, no doubt.
No, well, just until she gets but she could wander off as she's out of the way of the clergy. She could want to do. I just think she could be another magpie.
It'll build character.
Yep.
She could end up being another. She could be the magpie of this area.
Yeah.
The
Well, so to move this along a little bit, so I see your success was high enough that you do get her story out of her. The boy was her suitor. She was actually made a match with his older brother, but she was not chosen as she was a bit too willful and spoke her mind too often, and so the elder brother refused her as a bride, and because of that family, they could not marry her off. The younger brother, however, took to her. They've been in communications, they've been in talks. The bishop has been abusing her, and he found out. So yeah, exactly, you had it right.
We do a ride-by on the bishop as we leave town.
Crash boating your fat ass!
I can get him if I get him alone.
Guess so. If we find the black book, I guess we can poison the pages on the black book or something, and he can kill himself while opening it or something. That'll be fine.
Just like an
that's
Umberto
enough. It was
Eco
the black
novel.
book.
Exactly. Just right out of a novel. We can do that.
This is just one of those situations I wish Jazz Band was here to deal with.
Yes, there you go. No, I mean, but she's
Only
not happy about the whole situation. She certainly didn't ask him to do it. He was just impetuous. He was young, and there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
He was so much younger than yesterday.
Yeah. So,
Well,
right.
he's never going to get any older now.
Exactly. So she will take her meager possessions and will leave the clergy. And
I said we will happily give. I'm going to happily give her money. I don't have much value of money anyway, so I was like, oh, here, have a handful of gold.
I give her the holy sun symbol
Ooh.
that we got from
Ravenloft
or whatever, and I just go, you may have some values of faith, but this is something that you can look forward to, is that the sun will rise every day.
Okay. Oh, you don't push the faith on her. You just give it. Well, that's a very nice gesture, and she'll take it. And she'll take all the gold that you want to throw on the table. So.
Yeah. So Galen doesn't have much sense of what's a good amount or not, so he's just going to give generously because
that's
have
fine.
this handful of gold.
You don't have to spend the gold to get the experience anymore. So.
And as a gun just really does not have much sense of value.
Okay.
Stuff. Easy come, easy go.
Well, the apothecary now has an apprentice to take to terrain with her, so they will.
Yeah, and I would have explained to the apothecary that this is at least just an excuse to get her out. If she wants to go off, do anything, fine. Let's just cover.
And since we're going separate ways, we should probably take the sword and the potion of time travel.
It's
That's
not with
not who
her,
you
it's
left it
back
with
in
her.
the other
It's in
land,
Celia.
the lady.
Yeah.
Oh,
Silaire.
okay.
Still in Celia.
All right, cool. I got mixed up. My bad.
Sure.
What we will need to be careful of with this new group is if they see us performing magic, they're not going to be upset about it.
Yeah.
Hey, we're the heroes. And the bishop.
So if
the
we save
bishop's
their
staff.
lives with it, I'm sure they're going to be okay.
And
You're
the
evil, but you're on
Chamberlain
our side,
might have
so,
explained that.
Yeah, we're the
think.
heroes, and we were with the Chamberlain and the bishop. They'll be fine with everything we do.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
hoping the
I mean,
Chamberlain.
I'm pretty sure if we
even
save their
explained
life,
that.
they're going to be okay. You're evil, but you're our evil, so that's good.
If not, we've got a triple firebolt threat. So
Yeah.
Exactly.
There is
take
that.
care of
Exactly.
it.
One way or another, it's all good.
Okay. So you make what preparations you need to. You load up on whatever you need for provisions. And again, by midday, it's a fairly large caravan. It's 5 wagons, numerous horses. There are 12 people on their crew. And it looks like they're peddlers of fabrics, silks, colored cloth, They've got bolts and bolts of different kinds of fabrics and cloths and dyes, different stuff like that. That seems to be what their trade is.
Hmm.
Are there sewers as well, or just just bolts of cloth merchants?
I'm sorry, what else?
Could they make a set of clothes if I asked them to?
They could, yes. They're tailors as
Okay.
well. There's tailors amongst them.
Okay, in that case, during the time, I'd also get a nice new outfit that blends in with the forest nicely,
Right.
even though I'm going to be wearing armor. Yeah, just something that's a bit more.
One thing that doesn't maybe jibe for Fig Jam with his super intelligence is that they're particularly hardened people for selling cloth. Like these guys are like either ex-soldiers or ex-adventurers, perhaps.
Or assassins.
Or assassins. Fig Jam just sees assassins everywhere now.
Yeah. I mean, smuggling things, I guess.
Yep.
Is the obvious answer there.
The youngest person in the group is about the age of the assassin, late teens, but all men. There are no women in the caravan. The oldest of them is no more than 20s.
Hmm. So you're smugglers or bandits, or do you go out looking for fights? Is that how you make your money? What's going on here?
So this is sometime after you leave the city. And so you just ask matter-of-factly that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
The guy just
charisma.
the guy just shrugs and says smugglers.
Oh, okay.
What are you smuggling?
Oh, okay.
Anything fun? I mean, if it's, I just want to make sure that if I do a thing and there's a big fire somewhere, that we're not going to explode if the fire happens to be near the carts.
Oh, I would not have fire anywhere near the carts. No, indeed.
All right, okay. Well, we might have a problem there, but we'll do our best to not explode everybody and kill everything.
Artifacts.
Yeah.
Artifacts that have been banned by the church. Books.
Oh.
Scrolls.
So you've got a ring, or a mirror, or a big black book. Or you've heard of a big black book?
Yes. It's been rumored about the trade. Someone has it. Been looking to sell it. But the bishop is very interested in it, and selling an unsanctioned artifact like that directly to the bishop is just risky. Very risky.
We have an in with the bishop. If you can get in contact with the people, then we could get it from them for the bishop, on the bishop's behalf. I mean, yeah, we can do it that way. Finder's fee, whatever it is
10%?
that you do, the stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, 10% finder's fee. I'll make inquiries.
Yeah, well, there we go.
So it's easy. Don't know what the problem is.
Yeah. Now we can poison the pages and kill the bishop. Hey, we're doing excellent. This is working out all kinds of ways. Yeah, we're great.
Multitasking.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead a few days, okay? So your caravan's large enough so that it keeps away bandits. All the young men are armed with crossbows. They've got the rapier swords. The people in this area tend to smaller, lighter blades. So you're like halfway.
They also be asking about other places. Like I can't read the writing, so there's that Fountas of Flames, and I'll be also asking about those places just in case they're interesting there.
Okay, and you just get the general opinion that this whole realm has a problem with incursions of beasts. The church says that they're demons sent to torment the unfaithful, which is a load of rubbish. But the whole area seems to just be plagued by this sort of thing. The larger cities have walls, fortifications, soldiers, so it's not so bad. The smaller cities have more of a problem. The farmers are typically don't stay outside. They tend to find places in the city to spend the nights, and they go to their fields in the day because it's so bad. But about halfway. So this is like the night of we can go 20 miles a day. So 1, 2, 3. It's like 4 days in. What is your routine? So like they do ask if you'll help keep watch, that sort of thing.
Yeah, I am typically on night watch because I can see. Not that they can tell that I can see, but
Right.
they seem. He seems to be awfully good in the forest at night. It doesn't seem to be bothering him as much. He doesn't even take the door to them. I don't know what's wrong with him.
And so
I'll
let me
do
just
early
ask.
morning watch.
This is 4 days into this, okay? So you've been with these guys for 4 days. They tend to not talk too much, but if you ask them direct questions, they'll answer. They just don't really talk much outside of that. Have you worked out any kind of routines, like what you guys are doing together, what you don't do together? They have a camp cook that they hunt for small game along the way, and their cook is, at least by the smell of everything, is quite good. And they do offer, if you want to eat your own food, that's fine, but they do offer that you have meals with them as well.
Mm-hmm. I probably would have been.
I'll eat with
at
them.
some point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I
I'll
am
share
gonna-
my wine too. I have a full wineskin and I have a bottle of fine wine, so I'm gonna make friends.
Okay, sounds good.
I'm going to give away 2 things.
Okay.
One, at some point I'll be casting Remove Curse on myself, so I'll just get lycanthropy.
Just because.
Yeah, no, I am doing it for everyone.
Okay, you're doing it for
Because I
everyone.
would have been doing it for everyone. I would have done it on Rednor and Darby as well.
Okay, so if anybody has
the other
the
thing, I
if
would
anybody
have
has the
been casting
lunacy
if they
trait, you can remove it. But a C, yours doesn't go away from this kind of
Yeah.
spell.
The other thing is that I probably would have at some point, just the natural thing, I would have probably been seen to cast Cure Light Wounds or something similar to that.
So you're doing that for some of them?
Yeah.
Huh.
And also probably at some point the levels in my ears too, because I'm not bothered.
In which
I'm not
case-
stealth points.
In which case, you get asked pretty directly. It's like, we were told that there was only the one true God. Who do you worship? That's not the catechisms of the church. That's no prayer we've ever heard.
I followed. Just have to look up her damn name. What is? Oh, I've got it here somewhere. Ilsendor and Ilsendil and Mealded.
I am going to
They're
roll
the
something
2
here.
ones I followed.
Okay. Strange. Is she an outsider from the pit? What relation does she have to the one God?
She is. Ancestor is not quite the right word, is it? Because she's like one of the founding elves of the tribe.
I'll tell you what.
She
Make me a
became
wisdom check.
goddess.
Let's see how well versed you are in your own religion.
Should be pretty good. And I do actually have religion as one of my.
Okay.
traits.
Yeah, so count
So,
your
yeah.
wisdom as one higher than it is.
Cool. Well,
So,
that's already
there
a
you
good
go.
success.
High success. You actually spend some time, and you might have made some converts. Apparently,
Yeah,
the god
probably
they
all of
worship
them.
here, while helpful, is also very strict. There's a very precise path you have to follow to be in the good graces of the church, which you're finding that a lot of the people that make their living on the fringe are not really don't like it. Really don't like it at all. All right. So on that 4th night, what I'd like everybody to do by the next morning, make me save versus poison.
Ooh. It's 4 higher away, but that depends how I roll. Fine. Oh, even 4. A C. A C doesn't have the poison benefit either, I don't think.
Nope.
Doesn't matter, because I wouldn't have made it.
Even if you weren't partaking in this group's food, at some time this would have been introduced into your water, into anything that you might have used during these last 4 days. So we got Radnar with a success. We've got Fig Jam with a high success. Dion, or a C, is the only one who failed.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he's hiding.
In here.
Okay. In which case, that morning of the 4th, so we'll call it the 5th day, you're very sick. You awaken to just incredible cramps in your stomach. Everyone else is fine.
Las Turistas, no.
Ooh.
You're finding it very hard to walk. You're just sweating buckets. You're very dehydrated. The 3 kind of older guys, the 3 leaders of this party, kind of look to see what's going on. and only one of your party is affected. So Fig Jam, the guy that you approached, and he just said, "Yeah, smugglers." He looks at you guys, and he kind of looks back at all of his men, and looks at you guys, and says, "Okay, I kind of like you, so I'm gonna level with you. That Chamberlain back there and Zymes paid us to kill you."
You're going to miss out on your 10%.
Well, that's the thing. I
That's a fair point.
kind of like you guys. I don't really much care for the bishop and his men, or the archbishop for that matter. A C, he throws a vial at you. Here, drink that.
Chug it. Won't be the
Oh, wait,
first
did
time I
we
drink
save this
something.
guy's life and he's trying to kill us now?
It might not have been the bishop. It might just be the chamberlain who was in on it and doing. I don't know.
Things happen.
All right, we square.
Yeah.
And for all we know, he
at
was just
least-
testing the heroes of Beyond to make sure that we were heroes.
The
we
Chamberlain
still
has
travel?
agents in Paragon, however it's pronounced. So, if you want to continue on with this, we won't try this again. But we can't enter town together either.
Okay, so like a day out, like you can go ahead or we'll go ahead. No big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, do you want
go.
to be cut or burned or something? Or at least have the. I mean, not just superficially. They say, oh, look, they put up a struggle when they found out we were horrible, nasty poisoners.
Why don't you
Well,
just not play up the whole Heroes of Ione thing, and I think we'll be fine. Other than your horribly stunted friend here, you don't really
Why
stand
would we
out
not-
that
Oh,
much.
and you would have seen the guy, and the guy with the weird ears.
Yeah.
You would have seen his ears at some point.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Keep
Yeah.
that helmet on.
That's why
Wait,
he's got the
they don't-
haircut now.
So it was the heroes of Iomes that they particularly disliked.
Well, the stories of you
Hang
guys don't really have great descriptions of what you look like. You know what? Do me a favor. Just give us a day and a half. We'll be on our way, then you can go into town and everything will be fine.
Alright.
I mean, how are we going to contact you or have somebody contact us to deal with the book
That's the
thing
problem.
as well?
Actually, he fishes out a coin, hands it over to you. Coin, it looks like any of the silver that you've seen in the realm so far, but it's been defaced, okay? And it's a very particular symbol. It's a strike down, short strike across, larger strike below that.
All right. Well,
Just show this to any merchants you happen to come across. If any of them are in our particular business, they'll know what that means. It's how we identify one to another.
right, but I mean, then you don't get your 10%.
Oh, I'll get it. Don't worry.
Oh,
We'll work
okay,
it out.
fine, whatever.
We'll work it out.
Any chance we could get some distractions of those agents that are probably looking for us? I mean,
Well, when I
was
say
it-
agents, I just mean there's more clergy there. And if the
Oh.
Chamberlain was able to get word there faster than we arrived there, they have their ways. They use pigeons, of all things. Pigeons. Transfer messages.
I see.
Right. So it may be that they'll be looking out for anyone declaring that they are the heroes of Iones. Hard to tell, but I'd bet on it.
Okay.
Right. So when we go in, everybody remember, we are the villains of Io. We released the beast to
We're
attack
the assassins.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
All right. Well, with that out of the way, they're true to the words. They don't try to do anything else to you the rest of the way. They take it in stride, and we will go ahead and finish up the session here. We'll say that you are several days later. You're just outside of Perion, and they ask for a day and a half before you come into town, if you can, just so they can finish their jobs here and be on their way before you come into the town.
In the forest, yay!
What's my countdown timer until the full moon?
Here in Averone, a while. It's months between full moon changes.
Oh, it's multiple
Nice.
months.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said 1 month for me.
I
Okay.
thought I said 2. But yeah, it's at least a month away. I'll look at my
Okay.
notes, but I thought I said 2.
Okay.
It's a while.
Yeah, it's a bit here. In your own dimension,
Oh, and if you didn't hear it there, Dion, we got a silver spoon that we can just touch to your skin every night just to see whether you're going to change or not.
Oh, okay.
When it starts burning, you're getting close.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
Fair.
Well, we're at time, guys. We'll go ahead and cut it there. Richard, why don't you tell us all about your stream?
Well, there was a lot of talk about poisons today. So just as a reminder, a lethal dose is also a lifetime supply. And if you want to have a lifetime supply of badly played video games, well, why not join me on Twitch at LMTDTMFFR, or say it with me now,
Limited time offer.
offer.
No vowels.
Vowels.
Poison those vowels.
Indeed.
Right. Dion, what do you got going on?
Hello, I'm Dion, also known as Substances Used on Twitch. I play retro JRPG video games. I've just recently finished Arc the Lad Twilight of the Spirits. It's the 4th of 5 games in the Arc the Lad series, and that's it. That's all we're playing. We're not doing the 5th one. Don't ask. I'm not getting into it. We're just
reasons.
moving on.
Reasons.
Yeah, when I'm not streaming retro JRPG titles, you can find me playing TTRPGs with all my super cool, awesome friends here, like on Steam Steel Murder. You can catch me on Featherfall Tabletop. You can catch me. That's it right now, actually. That's it. Wow. Oh my God. Only 2 places. Okay.
Amazing.
Yeah.
You have a life now or something. Almost like.
Right. Next-
Jameis. Oh,
Go
sorry.
ahead.
No,
I was
Jameis.
gonna say.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think we're going into Paper Mario.
Is that it?
That's
Paper Mario?
Yeah, I
That's a
think we're
good
going
game.
into
Okay.
Paper Mario.
Solid game.
Yeah.
Jameis, go ahead and drop your link there for your.
Yep.
There we go.
Now that Desert Bus is over, which just finished just a few hours before this game actually started.
Yeah.
So close to the end it was. There's now, you can go back to my blog and see all the reviews I put up for the Film Festival films, which I definitely went out and watched.
Okay. Very good. And Bill, I'm going to drop the Frog Gods link there. You got anything going? How is Dude, Where's My Sword coming along?
It's coming. It's not ready yet. I'm just waiting for the right time to spring that on folks. Also going to do a 5e conversion for it. No, I'm running Lost City of Baracus. They just got to Baracus this last session, and we've got a spot if anybody wants to check it out.
Okay, that's good. And the Shadow doesn't have anything to say tonight because he is the Shadow and he is silent. Jeff will rejoin us. Not sure what's going to go yet next Friday, folks, whether we'll have a game or not. I think I'm available, but we'll see what the rest of the party does. We might have a filler game, if nothing else. You know where to find us, twitch.tv/SteamSteelMurder. We stream on Tuesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. And check out the podcast at BlueMagic, BLUMAGIK.com for well over a decade of all kinds of audio role-playing goodness. And yeah, I think there we go. I wanted to say one last thing, though. Bill here is well into his NaNoWriMo month for his next excellent book. And he's got a short story in a collection of really interesting tales. It was quite good. I did end up getting it and reading it there, Bill. I did enjoy it.
Nice.
We'll plop the link in there next time. I don't have it loaded up. I just remembered to mention it. So good stuff. Good kind of paranormal fun in my own home state. So good stuff. All right, guys, say goodbye. And thank you very much, stream. Much appreciated. Thank you guys for playing.
Goodbye,
Good
everybody.
night.
Good night.